Welcome to the third lecture of SYBSC Zoology paper first, Animal Diversity 3. Now we have conducted two lectures on chapter number 1 and this is the last lecture on this chapter. Today we have to study classification of phylum Chordata up to the classes. Now in first lecture we have studied the difference between non-chordates and the chordates. After that we have studied the general characteristics of the chordates, particularly nerve cord, notochord, then pharyngeal gill slit present and dorsal anal tail is present. We have studied that general characteristics or basic or important characteristics of the chordates. And today's lecture we have to study outline classification of the phylum Chordata. Now we know that this diagram shows idea about the classification of chordates. Now phylum Chordata, it is divided into two groups. One is the group Acraniata, or it is also called as the protochordates. They are also called as the lower chordates. And second group, it is nothing but the Craniata or higher chordates. That is the lower chordates and the higher chordates, or protochordates and the higher chordates. These higher chordates, they are also known as vertebrates. These are called as the vertebrates, and these are the, for example, protochordates. Protos means primitive. These are the lower or the primitive chordates. These protochordates, they are again divided into three subphyla. They are nothing but the Hemichordata, then Eurochordata and Cephalocordata. Hemichordata, Eurochordata and Cephalocordata. But now this Hemichordata, it is considered as a subphylum of the invertebrate, not the chordates. Now here hemi means half, chordates. These are the animals which are having characteristics of both, that is the non-chordates as well as the chordates, or invertebrates as well as the chordates, and therefore they are included in a invertebrates group. Whereas this Eurochordata and Cephalocordata, they are the subphyla of the phylum Chordata, or they are nothing but considered as the primitive or the protochordates or the lower chordates. Whereas this is a very important group, that is the vertebrata. This vertebrata, it is divided into two, that is the Agnatha and Gnathostomata. These are the two divisions of the vertebrata, Agnatha and the Gnathostomata. Agnatha, A means absent, Gnathos means jaws. These are the animals where jaws are absent. Whereas division Gnathostomata, that means Gnathos means jaws and stoma means mouth. You have studied in botany, stomatal opening. Now here this Agnatha, these are the primitive vertebrates or lower vertebrates. These are the primitive or the lower vertebrates, which includes different classes. Important one. They are nothing but, you have studied it in MPYBSC, I think. That is the, light has gone. It is nothing but the placodermy, ostracodermy, cyclostomata, then different type of the fishes. For example, we have studied here, they. And now we have to study in detail all these. These spices, that is the fishes, which are divided into placodermy, ostracodermy, cyclostomata, chondrichthyes, and the osteichthyes. Now this placodermy and ostracodermy, these are the extinct animals. These are the extinct. But Pisces, they are nothing but the cyclostomata. Cyclo means round, circular. Stoma means mouth. This cyclostomata, example is nothing but petromyzon and myxine. These are the examples of the cyclostomata. Then chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. Chondrichthyes, chondri means cartilage. Chondri means cartilage. Ichthyos means fish. These are the cartilaginous fishes. For example, it is nothing but the Scalodon. Scalodon soracqua. It is the example of the chondrichthyes or the cartilaginous fishes. And osteichthyes, ostic means bony, ichthyos means fish. They are commonly called as the bony fishes. They are commonly called as the bony fishes. For example, hippopotamus, or there are certain, for example, fishes. Here chondrichthyes torpedo is there, and these are the tetrapoda. These tetrapoda. Tetra means four, podos means foot. There are these four important classes. Particularly vertebrates are divided into 7 classes. They are nothing but the cyclostomata, then Pisces, that is chondrichthyes and osteichthyes, cyclostomata, chondrichthyes, osteichthyes, amphibia, reptiles, aves, and the mammals. These three, that is the cyclostomata, chondrichthyes, and osteichthyes, they are considered as a Pisces or fish, whereas remaining these four, they are very important. They are nothing but amphibia, reptiles, aves, and mammals. These are the higher vertebrates. These are the higher vertebrates, and these these three, they are the lower vertebrates. Now we have to study one by one. Now these are the some pictures, beautiful pictures of the all chordates. Now we have studied that chordata, phylum chordata is divided into two groups. One is nothing but the primitive chordates and other is nothing but the higher chordates. Now primitive chordates, they are nothing but called as the acraniata. A means absent, cranium means brain box. It is divided into different subphyla. It is nothing but the Eurochordata, then Cephalocordata and Hemichordata. But I have said that Hemichordata is now considered as a part of the non-chordates or the invertebrates, and Eurochordata and Cephalocordata are the parts of the protochordates. Now Eurochordata and Cephalocordata. These acidicians or Herdmania, Salpa, they are the examples of the Eurochordata. Whereas this Branchiostoma lanceolatum or Amphioxus, this one, it is the example of the Cephalocordata. Cephal means head. Here, head and there, for example, in insecta we have studied. Head and thorax are joined. It is nothing but called as cephalothorax. Now here there is no distinct head in the Cephalocordata or Branchiostoma lanceolatum, that is the Amphioxus. This is the picture of that. And now next one is nothing but the Cyclostomata. In Cyclostomata, we have to study two examples. It is nothing but Petromyzon, lamprey, and second one is nothing but the Myxine, that is commonly called as the hagfish. Lamprey and the hagfish. This is the Petromyzon and this is the Myxine. Then cartilaginous fishes. Now this one is the cartilaginous fish, and now here these are the bony fishes. That is the chondrichthyes, these are the osteichthyes, and these are the four classes, that is the tetrapodons. These are the four classes, that is the tetrapodon. They are nothing but amphibian. Amphi means two, bios means life, that means animals which lives in the water as well as on the land, amphibians. Then reptiles, then birds or aves, and last one is the mammals. These are the certain good pictures of the different chordates. Now we have to study one by one. Now for example, first one is the Eurochordata. In the protochordates or primitive chordates, Eurochordata, I have mentioned that. Example is the Herdmania. It is also called as the tunicata because its outer body covering, it is enclosed in a material which is nothing but called as the tunicine. Therefore, it is also called as the tunicata. Now here these Eurochordata or Eurochordates, they are always fixed to the substratum. They are always fixed to the substratum. In these animals, notochord is seen in the larval stages, but it is absent or it disappears in the adults. There is presence of the nerve cord in the larva. Presence of the nerve cord in the larva, but it is replaced by the dorsal ganglion in the adults. There are larvae as well as the adults, which shows a movement and then undergoes metamorphosis. Meta means many, morph means structure, cis means formation. There is formation of many structures, and there are three examples of the Eurochordata. It is nothing but the Acidicea, Then there is Salpa and Doliolum. These are the three important examples of the Eurochordates. Now next one is the Cephalocordata. Now Cephalocordata example is the Amphioxus. Now this is the picture of the Amphioxus. This is Amphioxus, Branchiostoma lanceolatum. Now the characters of this Cephalocordata is nothing but atrium is present, then there is well developed pharyngeal gill slits present there, then adult and larval stage both are the motile and they shows the absence of tail throughout the life. Absence of the tail throughout the life then shows a progressive metamorphosis. There is a presence of the notochord. There is presence of this notochord in an entire life or the throughout the life. And head is absent or for example lacking. Therefore, brain is lacking there and vertebral column like structure is formed in the Branchiostoma lanceolatum. This is Cephalocordata. This is the primitive chordates, Eurochordata and the Cephalocordata. And now next one which we have to study, it is nothing but the vertebrate. Vertebrate, it is nothing but the important subphyla of the chordates. Chordates are divided into two subphyla. One is the protochordates or primitive chordate and other is the vertebrata. Now these vertebrates, these are the advanced chordates. These are the advanced chordates. Belongs from craniata. That means brain is covered by a cranium or it is also called as the brain box. In protochordates, there is a notochord. That notochord is replaced by vertebral column in the vertebrates. Therefore, all the vertebrates are not the chordates, but all the, for example, chordates are not vertebrates. Some are the primitive chordates or the protochordates. There are different characters of the vertebrates. For example, well-developed coelom is present. Then heart is 3 to 4 chambered. Then there are different types of the organs present in all vertebrates. That is digestive system present, respiratory system present, excretory system present, nervous system well developed, sense organs are present, endocrine glands are present. Then they shows different type of the metabolic activities. And now here these vertebrates, they are divided into 7 classes. They are nothing but cyclostomata, then chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. These collectively are nothing but the fishes. Cyclostomata. Cyclo means round, stoma means mouth. Then chondrichthyes. Chondri means cartilage, ichthyos means fish. Osteichthyes, that means bony fishes. Osteic means bony, ichthyos means fishes. Then amphibia. Amphi means two. Bios means life. They can live in the water as well as on land. Therefore, this class is called as the amphibia. Then reptiles, then aves and mammals. These are the 7 classes of the vertebrates. Out of these 7, these 3 are nothing but Pisces, lives in water, and this is nothing but in water as well as on land. Reptiles, they are, for example, there are many examples, you are familiar with that, all types of the lizards, snakes, etc., etc. Aves, they shows aerial type of the mode. And mammals, these are very highly developed or advanced chordates or the vertebrates. Now you will see very good or beautiful pictures in the next slides. Now these are nothing but the different examples of the fishes. These are nothing but the primitive fishes. I have said that these are the cyclostomes. Cyclo means round, stoma means mouth. Example is this is a petromyzon, commonly called as lamprey. Commonly called as lamprey. And this is a myxid, which is commonly called as hagfish. And these are the different types of the cartilaginous and the bony fishes. These are the cartilaginous and the bony fishes. These are the pictures of the amphibians. This is the frog, then salamander, this is the toad, then Sicilian. Phylum class Amphibia is divided into different subclasses, which we have to study in the next chapter. These are the certain examples of the, for example, amphibia. These are the certain examples of the reptiles, different types of the lizards, then crocodiles, then snakes and tortoise. These are the examples of the reptiles. tortoise here, hard shell is there. Now there are different orders of that reptile which we have to study: Anapsida, Diapsida, Synapsida, Parapsida in the next coming lectures. These are the different very good pictures of the reptiles. And then in next slide we have to see the pictures of the birds, and then lastly mammals. These are the very good pictures of the birds. This is the ostrich. It is a cursorial type of the locomotion, running type of the locomotion, ostrich. It cannot fly. It doesn't have a aerial type of the mode. Now here they are adapted for the aerial type of the mode. Now here this one is adapted for the aquatic. It can live in the water also. Now these are the common birds. You are familiar with the myna, then parrot, then sparrow, rhea, etc. And last slide we'll study or we'll see the good pictures of the mammals. Now these are the very good pictures of the mammals, common mammals. Now you are familiar with that. Some are, for example, this one is the aquatic mammal. This walrus, seal and walrus, these are the examples of the aquatic mammals. You are also familiar with this polar bear. Then there are some, for example, these monkeys, arboreal type of the habitat. It shows arboreal. This is the carnivorous tiger. Then these are the grazing, this zebra, then this sheep, etc., etc. And then wolf, it is also carnivorous. These are the carnivorous mammals, and these are the very basic examples of the mammals. That is, the mouse is there. Then this one, it is nothing but egg-laying mammal. There are many examples. These are the common examples of the mammals, and this is all about the chapter number 1 related to the introduction to the phylum Chordata. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you.